thought the effort that we played with tonight was a reflection of the respect we have for Pittsburgh and how well coached they are. Jeff does a great job, and we knew we had to be at our very best in order for us to come away with a victory. One of us was going to be 3-3. Well, we need to be 3-3. We need to win this game. You know, and I thought we showed a little bit of evidence of progress more mentally and emotionally than physically. We didn't get quicker or faster or stronger, but I thought we had a mind shift. Obviously, we were very disappointed in our performance at Clemson, and I thought our guys responded in a lot of ways with their effort and their focus and their ability to communicate and hold each other accountable. And that's the thing that I was most impressed with. Obviously, when you're playing against a kid like Lowe, I mean, he's very capable of doing what he did the second half for the whole game. He's one of those special guys that has that unique style that's really hard to defend. But we had a lot of guys I thought that gave us tremendous effort. I mean, I like when Malik got in foul trouble early, and Christian and Aaliyah went in. I thought they gave us good minutes that didn't allow us to be affected too much about the foul trouble that Malik was in. I thought that Taylor, even though I think he scored 6 points and 7 rebounds, but he blocked 4 shots, and those baskets looked like they were about ready to go in, so they were timely. But overall, I think we showed some growth and maturity just in the way we responded from the Clemson game, when we know we didn't play up to our abilities more emotionally and mentally than anything else. I don't know what happened in the disturbance at the end of the game. I wasn't down there. I was shaking some of the players' hands, so I can't comment on anything that I didn't see. All I know is there was a lot of commotion going on, but like we always do, we always handle things. You know, y'all, if those of you who have covered our program, we don't have issues like that. And so, however we're supposed to deal with it, it will be dealt with correctly. And then, of course,
Malik scored 10 points out of the gate to open the second half. Just that spurt that he gave you guys over 3 minutes and 50 seconds there. How important was that in distancing yourselves?
Well, I thought his response was what we had challenged our players. Matter of fact, the challenge we said to them, I asked them, was it possible that we could come out the second half and have more energy than we had the first half? And I thought they responded with the energy and the effort. We didn't play sometimes as sound as I would like to, but I thought the effort was good. And that's a good sign that we are showing that we'll respond appropriately.
Seems like the emotions were pretty high throughout the whole game. Is that just the nature of this game?
I just think that the position that we're in, we feel like we have a lot to prove. And this was a unique opportunity for us to get a pretty high quality win. And we think we maybe should be a little better than what our record shows. So this was a next opportunity. But to be very honest with you, this won't mean very much unless we prepare ourselves mentally for what's going to happen on Saturday. You know, we can't. You find teams that find every year. You're gonna find teams that find a way to make a shift, and we want to be one of those teams.
Daquan put in so much effort guarding Lowe.
We might have to let him sit down for the next couple of days. His effort was good, but that's him. The same way as in practice. He comes loaded every day. You know, to give you the kind of effort. He has high IQ, and he's now being more vocal in the locker room and in the huddles because he has a clear understanding of now what we are trying to accomplish now. But we still got ways to go. I mean, like against the press, you know, we've been working on press offense since May, we had like, for a minute there, we didn't have a press offense in. But that's what happens when you're trying to integrate 10 new players into a system. And we show signs sometimes of not quite being as sound as we'd like to, but the night was a definite step in the right direction.
It looked like in the first half, you had Davis defending low a little bit like that, the Dennis Smith defense that you threw out there some years back, and some face guarding, and it really, I mean, Lowe had more turnovers in the first half than he's had in a full game in his entire career. So, I mean, is that something that you knew were going to try coming into the game, or just you felt it out during?
Well, obviously our plan was to kind of lessen his effectiveness, and we did a pretty good job the first half, but you saw he kind of had his way a little bit there in the second half. And every team will have a system, offensively and defensively. So as you prepare for the game, you want to try to limit their strengths and take advantage of your strengths. And him having the ball, they're just lethal. I mean, he shoots threes, he creates off the dribble, and he's a great scorer himself. He has a unique ability to get into the lane and find people. And they really have a good perimeter shooting team. So it was very challenging to see how we was going to limit him, as well as get to those shooters that you saw were knocking down those threes in the second half. But overall, the league's tough, and you don't have time to take any bows. You got to prepare yourself for another game that's right around the corner. And hopefully we'll learn from this one and see whether or not mentally we can come back and take another step in the right direction. Because right now, during the season with games, 2 or 3 games every a few days, fatigue sets in. With us, it's just maintaining consistency, not only with our execution, but also with our effort.
When they were hitting those threes, Chandler and Jameer both hit a lot of free throws down the stretch.
Yes.
And just what does that say about them in that situation?
Well, it definitely shows that we made progress because at the beginning of the year, we were throwing bricks at the free throw line. And I think that our guys really work hard now and understand the importance of free throws. And we didn't miss very many of them down the stretch.
How big was Jameer's 11 in the first half, considering some of the shooting struggles from both teams?
Yeah, both teams was just shooting the lights out, wasn't it? I think we both shot, 27% or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we both teams were just on fire. I think both teams were just playing hard. We were getting after each other, and that's the ACC.
Jameer, I think, had 13 points in the last 5 minutes. A lot of that, the free throw line, obviously. But how has he been? I mean, him coming back for year 2 of what you wanted to be the guy who can take over the games and kind of be the guy who can close out games. You're trying to protect that lead late.
Well, I'm happy that he is mature enough to give us that. But you know as well as I do, you got to develop a whole team where somebody gets 6 over here, somebody gets 8 over there. And what I'm most impressed with him, that he is moving the ball, that he's making pretty good decisions with the ball, and he realizes that we need a full complement of all our players working well together in order for us to be successful over the long haul. I mean, I don't think, every once in a while you see a player that can just dominate game after game, but in our league, the quality of coaches we have and the players, somebody's gonna find a way to slow you up. So I like to win games by committee. And I looked down, I don't know how many guys we had. Scored double figures, 1, 2. Well, we had a lot of guys. And like Jerry Dang and Swinton and need 2 of those guys, maybe they might not show up big in the statistical column, but their effort was so important, because sometimes it has a tendency to wear on your opponents. Anything else? Yes, sir.